Hello and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and thank you for joining me as I share what I am decluttering this summer season. Now I do want to start out the video by saying that I am trying a camera out for the first time, so I don't really know the settings yet. I've watched a few YouTube tutorials, but I definitely need to do a little bit more research before I know that it's going to be the best possible thing, but it is just one of the ways I'm trying to upgrade my videos, and at some point you have to make your first one with the new piece of equipment. So we're trying it today. So my apologies if something's off or different or frustrating. Of course, as always, please feel free to leave any of that constructive criticism or other feedback in the comments. But anyway, I want to share the things that I am decluttering. A lot of it this time does pertain to home related items. Some of you might already know I did talk about it on my vlog channel in the most recent vlog that went up a week or two ago. I talked about some of the changes after our roommate left, some of the things we have done to update or remove items from that room, that second bedroom that we have, and kind of how we were working on transitioning that space. So some of that will be reflected here. If you didn't know that I have a vlog channel, I will link that below. Basically, the idea is that I'll be putting up 2 videos per month in kind of vlog, day in the life of a minimalist style, as well as some behind the scenes videos on business and that sort of stuff. I'll leave those linked below if you're interested, but now I will show you what we're decluttering. Some of the items are school items. I've got a few things here. I am no longer teaching in the classroom. I'm more so teaching online, I suppose, now. And because of that, I had some classroom items I didn't need anymore. Now, the funny thing is, there were a couple different places some of those items went. Some were given to other teachers if they actually wanted them. Some went to Jake at his school. Some were donated already. Some of these came from Jake's classroom as we are simplifying. So some of it's pretty random. Here's just an ancient Egypt book. I'm saving quite a few books for right now to go through for curriculum development with the intent that after I use the book and read it or get the value that I need from it, then I will pass it on. So I just didn't really perceive there to be much value with this. This looked a little bit too specific to be curriculum. We are donating this silverware tray. This was something Jake used for desk organization, and he did take some of my old desk supplies, which was an upgrade because, I mean, this is probably just like $1 silverware tray. But also, he is trying to streamline things, and we might think, oh, I have to have all of these desk supplies in my desk just because that's where you put them. But when you really think about it, do you actually use all of those supplies? He's actually really got the bare bones in his desk now, like pens and pencils or Post-its, like the very basics that you would actually use on a regular basis. Some of the stuff like a staple remover. How often are you removing staples? Not that often, I don't think. So those kind of things he moved to one of his closets at work, just so his desk area can be pretty open. This was also holding a few smaller miscellaneous supplies, and I originally thought I would actually use it to store things, but it's just so small and impractical. We are getting rid of this. And then this is just an empty crate. I kept quite a few in my classroom, and I did decide to keep 2 or 3 of them. This one is just an extra one, so we're going to be getting rid of this as well. It's so heavy. All right, so this box is, something's rolling around in there. This box contains different pieces from a fan, a ceiling fan that we removed, and light fixture that we removed from the second bedroom. We really, when we moved into this condo back in late December, we immediately knew that we despised the light fixtures in both bedrooms and wanted to change them. We did change ours a couple months ago and basically bought the same light for both of them. It's really nice, but it just brightened up the space so much. These were just so dark and old. Since our roommate moved out and we were back in that room, it was the perfect time to make the switch, so we got rid of that. We also got rid of a pair of blinds and switched it to the blinds we have in our bedroom. We are obsessed with them, and they cut them to size at Home Depot, and it was pretty easy to install. All right, next up here, we've got one of these organizers in a closet. It Velcros to like your closet rack or whatever. We definitely got good use out of this in the last 5 years. I think this item was something that I always thought that I would want or need. I was motivated to buy it because I had won a pretty large gift card to the Container Store as part of a competition I had done in college, and it was sort of shopping spree style. I went in to like use the gift card before Jake and I got married, and we bought a bunch of stuff. And I bought this as part of that, but did I ever really need it? I don't think it was the best fit for me. We did use it for surplus shoes for a while when we had extra shoes. Now we just have a much more simple shoe rack we use instead. At first I was thinking I might use it in the second bedroom for like miscellaneous papers or school supplies and book kind of things, but I don't want to put too much weight on it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be the best fit. It definitely wasn't utilizing the space as well. But my parents actually had an old dresser in their garage from my grandparents. Not necessarily it's passed down, it's sacred, like that kind of thing, but just they had an extra one, they didn't need it, so it was in my parents' garage. So I asked if I could have it, and that is in the closet right now, holding a lot of my school stuff, so it looks really nice. I know in the past vlog I kind of showed sort of like the before as I was working on organizing that. So if you want to see more of the journey, again, that's in the vlog footage. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks now, and definitely don't need something like this. Also on the home front, we have this little light switch thing. This is something that we did not need anymore because this was not compatible with the new lights we got. So I'll bag this up with some of the other little pieces it came with and see if anyone wants that. This is just an old water pitcher that was left behind by our roommate. So we washed it, removed a filter piece, and we'll be donating that. All right, this is gonna be tough to see because it's bigger, so it's gonna block me for a little bit. We've got this piece. Most things I know exactly like where they came from or how they made their way into my life. I don't remember this, but this was like my TV stand in college. And then it was in my classroom at my past school. And the silly thing is I can't remember where this was in my most recent classroom. I don't recall if I actually had it out. It might have just been in a cabinet or something. I thought I might want to use it here at home, but especially with the dresser that was in my parents' garage, I really don't need this anymore. And even though I feel like it's kind of a nifty little size, it's not needed. And even if you've used something for a while, doesn't mean that you're gonna keep using it forever. So it's time to let it go. A few quick clothing items. This is a pair of some little gaucho style pants. I think it was a style a while ago and probably isn't anymore, but they were very comfortable. These were always one of my favorite things to wear to work because it looks dressy. It's like a flowy black item, but it feels like pajamas. So that's kind of the genius there. It would be perfect for fall and spring days. I was realizing through one of my pairs, which I think is actually intended for pajamas. So after I realized that, I stopped wearing that to school to work in. This was one that was a little bit more formal, but I just didn't like the feeling of it as much compared to the more like pajama style ones. So I figured, if I'm not choosing this, I'm choosing the other ones. I don't need it anymore, even though overall I still love them. I just don't need it. I don't love it as much compared to the other one. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to be letting this go. 2 random tops. This is an old shirt from college. This was kind of like my painting shirt, but since I do no longer work at my most recent school, and I had a lawn sleeve tee from there that I also had painted in one of the days and got paint on. I realized I couldn't give it to other teachers probably because they don't want it if it's got paint on it, but I can have that be my new work shirt, and I don't need this one. So I think because obviously I can't donate this, I was thinking I could turn it into some different cleaning rags. I was using some towel-like ones, and I think they worked better actually when they're just a regular shirt kind of material. So I got rid of those old towel rags, and I'm going to be cutting this up to make some new ones. On a similar note, this was a shirt that I had previously, it was too big, and I had made it kind of like a crop top kind of pajama shirt, but I don't think I really need this anymore. I'm going to be also cutting this up and kind of replenishing my reusable Kleenex supplies. I've got 3 more things to share with you, but I apologize. I feel like I keep looking off to the side here because this is where the viewfinder is now. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at the lens. I hope that looks okay in editing. All right, so 3 more things that I'm decluttering, but I don't have a physical item here to show because either I already let it go or it wasn't a physical item. I'll start with that one. I recently did some decluttering of my YouTube subscriptions. Now, I enjoy making videos, but I also enjoy watching videos. And I recently got rid of several different YouTube subscriptions. Most of the late night TV talk show hosts I have unsubscribed from. They were really cluttering up my YouTube page. I don't know how you choose to watch YouTube. Personally, I don't watch YouTube on my phone, it's on my computer. And with that, I don't have any notifications turned on. What I actually do is maybe once or twice a day, depending on if I've got some free time and I wanted to watch something, I actually have my subscriptions page bookmarked. So when I click on that, I can see what the new videos were that were posted that day and just decide what I want to watch from that. At least for me, it's a really effective system. I know sometimes people talk about, well, these people aren't notified about my videos, but I don't have to ever worry about that because all the videos just populate on that page. I was subscribed to several of the popular late night TV show hosts, and they were posting a lot of content, probably 5 to 10 clips for each episode. And some of it was interesting, but really I was only probably watching maybe one out of every 50 videos that they would be uploading. So there was no point for me to have my subscription feed cluttered up with all of these different videos that I wasn't going to watch. And even the ones that might be enjoyable, is it enriching my life? Probably not. I'd much rather watch videos with people who enrich my life and give more specific actual value or education than just that fluff stuff. Of course, there's a time and a place for that fun stuff, but I'm trying to be more intentional about YouTube time, and that's an easy thing to cut. So I did unsubscribe from several of those channels, and it's been really nice. These are my placeholders. These are not anything I'm getting rid of, but I did have to unfortunately let go of a recent pair of sandals. I originally got them secondhand from Goodwill where we used to live back in 2016 before we went to Thailand on a trip. And I wanted something that was going to be easy to walk in and had good grip because I knew we were going to be doing a lot of beachy and summery type of activities when we were there. And I was so lucky. They fit perfectly. They were so comfortable. These sandals have been my number one go-to pair for literally everything since I got them. I wore them to work when it was warm enough out to wear sandals. I would wear them when Jake and I would go on our walks because they were so comfortable and had really great support. I would wear them for driving because they had a back to it, so technically it was perfectly fine to drive in. I wore them for dressy occasions. These were literally an all-purpose shoe, and I'm very sad that they did fall apart at the end of our road trip. They were already starting to wear out and they looked a little grody, but I loved them. I had to throw them away because they were in terrible shape. I was looking for a new pair of sandals, a new used pair of sandals to take their place because currently I'm using these and obviously very little support, doesn't look very nice, not as comfortable. But it's really when it's warm out, I don't want to have to actually put on real shoes. I just want to wear sandals. So anyway, long story short, I had to let them go, and I haven't been able to find any yet, but I'm patient. And that's the main reason I want to talk about that is if you are looking for something, but it's not an immediate need, patience is really going to help you financially as well as avoid making a new purchase or a purchase you'll regret. So I've gone to 3 secondhand shops so far. No luck yet, but I'll wait. Someone could always bring one in, or there might be a couple other nearby stores that I have not checked out yet that are also secondhand. The last item that I decluttered already was my decluttering bin. Now, this sounds a little strange, but here's the thing. Like I was telling earlier in the video, we've got these crates from teaching. I don't need it for teaching materials anymore. And it's one of those things where it's always important to question. And you probably, if you've seen some of these past decluttering videos, there's been definitely videos where I held up that jumbo bin full of stuff, especially earlier on. But Jake and I don't have as much to declutter these days because we've done a lot of that. We've really been through that journey. And these days, it's really like a seasonal declutter. So this is kind of like the summer assortment, if you will. And we just didn't need that massive bin filling up our front closet, which is where we kept it. I definitely think a decluttering bin is a must and is really helpful even if you have simplified a lot. So this is going to be the new decluttering bin, but it's about 1/3 of the size of that original bin. We just don't need that much space anymore to put decluttering items. So that's why I think it's really helpful to have a clear lens, because needs change over time, and even if something's been incredibly valuable to you, doesn't mean that that particular item has to stay in your space forever. So I encourage you to have that kind of lens when you look around your space, to just question, see if you really still need those certain items, because maybe you don't, and maybe there's an option. By switching over to this bin, not only did we already have it and we're going to get rid of it if we didn't make that other switch, but it has opened up so much space now in our coat closet. Anyways, that wraps up today's video, all about things that I'm decluttering this summer. I hope this is helpful in giving some different ideas and inspiration about things you might be able to let go of in your own life. If you'd like to see some other decluttering videos, you can click over here. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you can do that up here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.